If you could make the perfect laptop, what would it include? It'd probably have a great display, great keyboard, great trackpad, it'd be small and portable, have plenty of power, and of course reliable battery life. And then it has all the ports you need to connect all of your peripherals. This is Huawei's new MateBook X Pro, and it is not the perfect laptop. There's definitely a couple of things here that will be deal breakers for some of you out there. But if you're looking for a small laptop that can go anywhere and handle almost any productivity or entertainment need, this is the best laptop you'll find. It starts with the design and materials, which, to be perfectly frank, are a complete ripoff of Apple's MacBook Pro. Now, even the color is called Space Gray, which is like, come on. But I really don't have any problem with that, because the MateBook X Pro is well built, it's got a smooth metal finish all around, it's compact and portable, and it does basically everything right when it comes to design. Even things like opening the screen with a single finger work just like they should. On top of that, Huawei's managed to put not only two USB-C ports, one of which supports full Thunderbolt 3, but it also has a standard USB-A port, so I don't need a bunch of dongles or adapters for most accessories. And then if you do need to plug into something else, like a video cable, Huawei throws in a dongle in the box. It gives you an HDMI port, a VGA port, and another USB-A port. Now when closed, the MateBook is under 15 millimeters thick and it weighs less than 3 pounds, which makes it just as portable as any other laptop in this class. That makes it super easy to carry around everywhere, whether you're on a really long commute to work like I've got, or maybe you're just moving from class to class at school. But it's obviously way more interesting when you open it, because then you see that it has a 13.9-inch touchscreen display with the trimmest borders you can get. Now, Huawei says that the screen-to-body ratio is 91% here, which is more than any other laptop, and more than even most smartphones with edge-to-edge screens, like more than the iPhone X. It's pretty stunning to look at. Now, not only that, the screen's bright, it's vibrant, and it's high resolution. It's also a 3:2 ratio, which makes productivity tasks like working with documents or browsing the web or multitasking way easier than on widescreen displays that many other Windows laptops have. Now, this isn't a convertible laptop or a tablet. It's basically a straightforward clamshell design. The MateBook also hits other basics out of the park. There's a great backlit keyboard that's low profile, but not as shallow as Apple's. It's got a giant smooth trackpad that supports all of Windows 10's gestures, and its power button has an integrated fingerprint scanner. Even the 4 speakers are louder and clearer than virtually any other laptop in this size range. The hits don't stop under the hood either, because the MateBook X Pro is loaded with specs. There's 2 versions you can buy. The one has a Core i5 chip, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of storage. But the model that I've been testing has a quad-core i7 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and 512 gigabytes of storage. It also has an NVIDIA MX150 graphics card, which can handle some light gaming and graphics work. Basically, the MateBook X Pro is powerful enough to handle any sort of productivity or office task I can throw at it. Now here are the 2 things that might be deal breakers for some of you, but probably aren't that big of a deal for most people. Now as you can see, there's no webcam in the frame around the display because basically there's no room for it. So Huawei built the webcam into this trick pop-out button in the middle of the keyboard. It's a wild feat of engineering, and it's a really clever solution because when it's closed, it disables the camera, so you don't need to put some gross tape over your webcam. But even as clever as this is, it kind of sucks to use because the viewing angle is so low and the quality of the actual camera inside isn't great. It's the same problem Dell has with its XPS laptops. It's all up the nose and fingers in the way when you're on a video call, which means that if you have to make a lot of video calls for work, like I do all the time, it's gonna be a bit of a problem. Now the other thing that might be a deal breaker for some is the MateBook's battery life. I wouldn't say it's bad. I'm averaging between 7 and 8 hours with my typical workflow. Again, lots of web browsing, Slack, Twitter, email, video watching, etc. And it's actually better than Dell's comparable XPS 13 or the Touch Bar equipped MacBook Pro. So aside from those 2 points, there really isn't anything else to complain about with the MateBook X Pro. Even the version of Windows 10 that's running on this is Microsoft's Signature Edition, so there's no added bloatware or annoying trial software like McAfee to deal with. And here's the kicker, I haven't even gotten to the price yet. In Europe, it's priced at €1499 to start, which converts to roughly $1,800 US. But if you're here in the US, the base model starts at $1,200, and the fully kitted out rig that I've been testing is just $1,500. There's no other laptop on the market that offers this much bang for that little buck. Which means that if you're looking for a new laptop, the MateBook X Pro is the best one to buy. Hey, thanks for watching. What do you think about the MateBook X Pro? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't seen it yet, we have a brand new channel for Verge Science. Be sure to check it out at youtube.com/VergeScience.